My name's Shawn Brigman. I'm a Spokane tribal member, and I also descend from many of the local plateau tribes from the eastern Washington area. In our traditional heritage, the phenomenon is called our Sumesh, and it's not something we're supposed to reveal all the details about it, but I can reveal that it happened when I was 4.5 on a preschool field trip. And it stayed with me all the way through high school into my 20s, 30s, and 40s. It's an invisible spirit that basically follows me and pretty much inspires me and keeps me going. For example, it inspired me to go into School of Architecture. I went on to my master's degree at the University of Idaho. And with my master's degree, I wanted to focus on culturally relevant recreation. And so with culturally relevant recreation, I went out and I recovered some of our traditional built environment heritage, like tule mat lodges, pit houses, and canoes. And so the whole purpose of that was to get us back into our culturally relevant heritage. And it's just kept growing from there. And the Sumesh phenomenon, I trust it, I know it's real, and that's what keeps me going.
So this is what actually got me started, was my tule mat lodge work in 2005.
With me, it's a combination of my School of Architecture background, model making, drawing making, and then that's combined with my industriousness. I've always been a hard worker, and so my art form is to actually go out and get some of these traditional materials, which requires hard work to go harvest and process the materials. And so I'm pretty much self-taught. I've attended a lot of workshops where you can piece together how to start working with some of the materials, like cedar root, or how to harvest bark. But when it came time to actually make the bark canoe, I had to tap into my architectural background. The Plateau Culture region where I'm from, our region is kind of invisible, not necessarily marginalized, but it's really invisible. And so when I found out that I was being asked to come participate in the residency here at the Museum of Glass, I wanted to start working at the scale of some of our smaller village implements. You know, I started to think of our traditional buffalo horn spoons and how we can start to translate that into glass. Our traditional digging stick from our region, that's just more of a sculptural form. So that was just more an opportunity to see what our sculptural forms look like with that subtle curvature. These were all traditional tools or implementations that we would pack into the canoe to move from site to site.
This is for digging camas root and other roots from the plateau.
Every art discipline has their complexity of how deep they go within their art. And so, yeah, that just blew me away when I brought in a yellow birch sapling from eastern Washington, and the team was able to go deep and actually recreate in glass an interpretation that reflects that natural yellow birch found in nature. I'm just appreciative of the opportunity to assist with putting the Plateau Culture area on the map. Really what it is it just adds confidence that the Museum of Glass would consider me as a natural artist. So that in itself is empowering, just to be invited to collaborate with another discipline.